Because of the internet, it's literally changed the way that we trade on the stock market. And nowadays, it's so much easier to get started investing no matter how much money you have to start with. So if you want to start investing in the stock market, then definitely watch this video, because today I'm going over the 3 reasons why you should start investing in the stock market right now. And trust me when I say this is catered to beginners, because everybody's going to be able to follow along, especially if you're a beginner. Now, if you just found this channel, I'm Jason with Honest Finance, and I make a lot of videos on different topics that'll give your life and your finances more value. So definitely subscribe if you guys are into that type of content. But now let's start talking about why you should start investing in the stock market. Now, when it comes to trading in the stock market, it's definitely not as intimidating as it looks on the outside, because trust me when I say, as soon as you start getting into it, you're going to learn a lot of new information, and hopefully you can actually start saving some money up for your future as well. So the first reason why you should start investing right now is because of the simple fact of the internet and the smartphone, because these 2 things have changed the entire industry, and it's so much easier to start investing nowadays. I mean, seriously, it's so much easier now to invest straight from your phone or from your computer, and you don't even have to do things the old school way, which was going through a broker, which is just expensive and it takes way too much time. You can literally set up a brokerage account on your phone, and you can start investing in a whole bunch of reputable companies for about $10, and that's all you need to get started. Don't hesitate to start investing in the stock market because you're afraid of losing money or that you think it's a scam, because historically, if you go all the way back to 1928, the S&P 500 has actually averaged about 10% in returns, so that definitely proves that it's a gain over time for the stock market. I mean, there are going to be years where you lose money, and there's going to be years where you make a lot of money, but overall, as long as you're invested for the long term, historically it proves that you are going to be making money in the stock market. The next reason to start investing in the stock market right now is because it is absolutely essential that you start saving up for your future, because this money is something that can generate for you over time, and it compounds over time, which is a big deal. Compound interest is one of the coolest tools out there that you can use to leverage your money over time, because what's going to happen is if you actually put in $50,000 for about 32 years at 10% interest, then that money can actually generate into over $1 million, which is incredible for just 32 years. And then keep in mind that there's also a lot of tax benefits as well for investing in the stock market, because if you actually own a stock for longer than a year, that's considered long-term capital gains if you sell it, and that's actually going to be in typically a better tax bracket than your individual tax brackets. So definitely take advantage of that kind of stuff if you're investing in the stock market. And then if you're investing strictly for your retirement account, then I would definitely pay attention to all the tax sheltered stuff like Roth IRAs and IRAs, because those are going to save you a ton of money in taxes if you're only focused on your retirement, so definitely take advantage. Now, the third reason to start investing right now is because there's actually a lot of really great brokerages out there that don't charge any trading fees, and that's a really big deal, especially if you just have a little money to invest with. And if you don't know what a brokerage is, just think of it kind of like the store where you can actually legally trade stocks on the stock market, and that's all brokerages are. Now, most traditional brokerages typically charge about $5 to $10 per trade, but in my opinion, that's just a waste of money, especially if you don't have much to invest with. Because obviously, if you were charged $10 to buy 10,000 shares, then that's not really a big deal. But if you're only investing about $100 and you have to pay $10 to trade, then that's just an instant waste of money on your profits, because you're probably not going to make that much money anyways. Plus, the other thing is that when you actually decide to sell those shares, you have to pay the trading fee again. So like I said, if you only have $100 in there, then you're going to lose $20 from the beginning and the end, and that's just a waste of money. There's a few brokerages that you've probably heard of, like Robinhood, M1 Finance, and Webull, that don't charge any trading fees, and those are really good brokerages to look into, but there's also a lot more that are coming out as well, so we'll just have to see what the future holds for all these different brokerages. The free trades business model hasn't been around very long, but it's definitely taken the industry over, especially if you don't have much to invest with, because those trading fees just cut into your profits, and that's something that you don't want to be doing, especially when you're a beginner. Because when you're a beginner in the stock market, you're already worried about way too many different variables that are going to affect how you're going to be trading. So the fees are one less thing that you have to worry about, and that's what you can do now with these new brokerages. Right now, I think that Webull is actually one of the best brokerage apps out there, because they actually cater to all different types of investors, whether you're a beginner or you're an expert, because they have a ton of different features that you can choose from, and they actually have one of the best sign-up bonuses available out of all the other apps. If you sign up with Webull, they'll actually give you a stock that's valued between $8 and $1,000, which is really cool, and they only require you to put $100 in your account in order to get the free stock. Plus, once you've set up your account, you can actually refer your friends, and each time they sign up, you'll get a free stock and they'll get a free stock. So it's just a win-win that you can keep doing, because it's in Webull's best interest to get as many accounts open as they can, hoping that you're going to stay active for the long term. And if you are interested in the free stock bonus, then definitely check out my affiliate link in the description below, which means I may be compensated if you click through it. But just keep in mind that Webull is definitely really good because they have a lot of really good features. And on top of that, they have the best free share offer that I found out of all the other apps. Investing in the stock market is just way too easy to do nowadays, and so I don't want you guys to come up with a single excuse as to why you're not actually doing it, because it's just too easy. But just keep in mind that if you've got any high interest debt at home, like on credit cards or anything like that, then I definitely want you to pay those off first before you start investing a lot of money in the stock market, because you're never going to win if you have high interest debt at home. I don't think it's a bad idea to start investing with just a little bit of money, because you can learn a lot from that, but definitely don't put in a lot of money if you have high interest debt at home, because that's something that's never going to work out on the math side. Because if you're paying 18% on your credit cards, but you're only making 10% in the stock market, then obviously you're just losing money here. So definitely make sure that you pay off your high interest debts first before you start investing a lot of money in the stock market, so that you don't lose overall. Now, once again, I'm Jason with Honest Finance, and I make a lot of videos on different topics that'll give your life and your finances more value. So definitely subscribe if you guys are into that type of content. But for now, you can just watch some more of my videos or whatever you want to do, but that's all for now.